One of the questions that I get asked the most is somebody who owns a storefront for Pokemon or creates content or opens up a lot of Pokemon product is, can you make money off of just opening a box of Pokemon cards? And in the past, my answer kind of varied a little bit. Yeah, sometimes you can make a little bit with bulk sales, with code sales, if you really kind of grind down. Over the past year and a half, things have changed so much that right now, if you ask me, hey, can you make money opening up Pokemon cards? My answer would be, if you work your butt off 2 weeks before a set comes out, then you have a small chance of making very little money. It is not as easy as what a lot of content creators have made it seem. Sure, you can crack things open, you can get it graded, you can hope for the best, but when it comes to just opening up a booster box and then trying to sell it to see if you can make money back off of what you invested into it, nowadays, it doesn't exist. That is why it is so important to invest or spend your money on what you enjoy. Because then if you're opening up product, if you're ripping apart product and your pulls aren't great or your cards aren't that expensive, it doesn't matter. Because you enjoy doing it, because it's fun, because your goal is to collect them all or collect master sets or whatever the case may be, appreciate the artwork. Of course, there's going to be some monetary ideas that go through your mind as you're doing it, but ultimately, as long as you have fun and you're enjoying it, you have to factor in that form of entertainment as, a cost. And opening Pokemon cards is fun. It's something that we really enjoy doing. It's something that we have a shared passion for. But when it starts taking over you in a financial aspect, that's when you start losing a lot of fun in the game. And that's when you kind of need to take a step back and maybe do something else for a while. But we are going to take a look at things today. I'm really excited for this video because Astral Radiance is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to open. The pull rates aren't as great as what I had hoped they would be, and if you want to check more details on that, go back to the video that I posted on Friday. But we are going to go over the pulls that we had from 36 booster boxes. I took a picture of every single box, the pulls, the hits, and then I priced out every single one. Now, this is pre-order pricing. This is pre-order singles, so a couple days before release, I tallied up all the costs of every single card, what they were selling for, so that way I could calculate, okay, if I sold everything right now, financially, where would I be at from the investment that was put into it? And then we're going to take a look at these numbers again in a couple weeks. I guarantee you they're going to go down considerably, and that's why it only really makes sense to open up product as a store a couple weeks ahead of release. If you do it afterwards, it's not going to be good. The other thing is, in the past when I've made these videos, I have included bulk and I have included code cards. Right now, nothing going on with those. Bulk is at its worst position ever in Pokemon history. There was a time when bulk was selling for 6.5 cents per card for a common and uncommon. Then Guardians Rising hit, then Sun and Moon Base hit, then Burning Shadows hit, and bulk just got destroyed. There was so much product being opened. Bulk crashed down to 2-3 cents, and we've pretty much been at that point for a long time. We recovered a little bit about a year and a half ago where you might have been able to find 4 cents for a common and uncommon, and then it crashed back down to now where you're looking at 2 cents, maybe. A lot of companies aren't even taking bulk anymore because bulk lots just aren't moving the way that they used to. So I'm not even including bulk in these calculations because bulk basically doesn't exist anymore. It is in a terrible, terrible spot. The other thing is code cards. We have no idea what's going on with PTCG Live, and since that is kind of taking out the code card altogether, a lot of people, not to mention the fact so much product being open, a lot of people aren't in the hunt for code cards like they used to be. So there's really no viable business strategy when it comes to code cards anymore. So we're basically just taking hits, and that's basically all we can take a look at. So we're going to start out here. I'm not going to go through every card that we pulled. I'm going to go through every box, and I'll just kind of point out some highlights. For the most part, a lot of the regular Art Vs are already at bulk pricing. A lot of the Trainer Gallery cards are basically at bulk pricing already. Same thing with the Radiant cards outside of that Greninja. So the main things that we're going to be focusing on are full art and higher rarities, with the exception of a few regular arts. So if we look at this first box right here, and we factor in market pricing on a booster box, which is typically going to be around 110 right now for this set. That may have dipped a little bit. You can probably find it for a little bit cheaper, closer to that $100 mark. Remember, MSRP on a booster box is $143, wholesale cost right around $82-83. So if we look at this one right now, Zissou selling for $8, Hisuian Samurott V-Star selling for $21, Hisuian Typhlosion V-Star selling for $7, then you have the Zamazenta V from the Trainer Gallery right over here selling for $11, and the Galarian Articuno selling for $18. Other than that, a lot of bulk, right? Except for the Ice Rider Calyrex, which is selling for $6, totaling only $90. That means if you bought this box at market pricing, you're going to lose $20. If you bought this box at wholesale, you're only making about $8, and that's not factoring in the fact that you're probably going to be paying to ship all these cards individually unless you sell them in just one lot for roughly $90. So typically you're going to lose money even if it's right before the release of a set, because bulk and codes don't have value anymore. So we're looking at $90 on this one here. If we look at box number 2, we've got a couple of standouts here. This was actually a pretty decent box because we do have the gold choice band. We do have the rainbow rare Arita. So that's $38 and $31 for the choice band. We've got the Samurai V-Star, which is selling for $21. We've got the Bay from Trainer Gallery, which is selling for $15. But even with all of that, all of those great hits, you're still only looking at $141 in value from the ultra rares, which is going to be less than MSRP. If you did sell this and you bought the box at around market price, you're still going to be okay even with shipping. But overall, it's not like that $300 box that we might have had with Brilliant Stars, because we don't have any Charizards in this set, which is totally fine with me. If we look at box number 3 here, not a whole lot of standouts in this one. We've got the Garchomp V, which is the most expensive Trainer Gallery card at the time of me recording this video. That's $33. And then we've got the Galarian Articuno for $18. So those Trainer Gallery cards can really help out a lot. Imagine if we didn't have Trainer Gallery cards and you'd just be looking at this top row and this second row here, because your hits are really just Kamado and then 2 V-Star cards. So you've got the Dialga V-Star selling for $17. Outside of that, not a whole lot of real excitement in here. A lot of bulk Vs already. So you're looking at only a total of $103. You're probably losing money no matter what, once you factor in shipping fees, things like that. The next box, we've got the Hisuian Sneasler, which is selling for $50. That's our first alternate art that we have that we can show here, as well as the Hisuian Lilligant V-Star, which, because of competitive connotation, sells for a little bit more. So you're looking at $17 there. And then we've got the Origin Form Palkia V selling for $15. That is the most expensive regular art V card. I expect it to do okay for a little while here, kind of like what we saw with Arceus V. Even after that collection box came out, Arceus V is still selling for $8 to $10 just because of its playability. Palkia should have the same effect on competitive market. And then we've got the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX selling for $14. Overall, you're looking at $128, still below MSRP in value terms go, but above market price. If we look at box number 5, the Machamp VMAX is the rainbow rare that we got in this one. Finally, we got a secret rare. Then we've got the Hisuian Lilligant V-Star for $17, the Samurott full art for $14. We've got a Darkrai V, which is another good regular art to pull. There are a few in this set, so if we get the Lilligant, we get the Darkrai, we get the Samurott, and we get the Palkia, you're going to be in good shape. Now, that could change, and that's going to change as more and more hit the market, but those are definitely cards to look out for because of the competitive play that goes along with them. Also, the Radiant Greninja does have a $7 price tag attached to it right now. However, with pull rates as high as they are for these Radiant cards, I expect that to drop quite a bit. Might be a couple dollars, whereas the other Radiant cards will be, 50 cents, kind of like what we saw with the Chunky Pikachu from Celebrations. Then you got the Zacian V, which is a really cool looking card selling for $15 right now. Thank goodness for that Trainer Gallery. Like I talked about, $105 in pulls from this one. So still, if you bought this box at market, you're taking a loss, which is okay, because again, it's all about the fun of opening up Pokemon cards. If we look at the next box here, we got the gold Palkia V-Star selling for $69. That really kind of made the box for us. Then we've got the Galarian Moltres V selling for $21. Overall, you're looking at $133. So you're up about $23 if you buy it at market price. Still factor in shipping, still factor in fees. It's going to take a hit. We've got the Roxanne in this box here. Roxanne selling for $33, as well as the Origin Form Palkia V-Star Rainbow Rare selling for $41, which is not that much higher than the actual just regular art version of Palkia V-Star. That's selling for about $38. So the Rainbow Rare not having too much effect on the market when it comes, that rarity just doesn't matter a whole lot anymore, which is why a lot of people are kind of saying, hey, let's get rid of Rainbow Rares, try and figure something else out, maybe do more alternate arts, whatever the case may be. But I think Rainbow Rares may have run their course. Then we've got the Darkrai V adding $10, the Samurai V adding $8. We've got the Melanie from Trainer Gallery, kind of hidden behind the Heatran here, but that adds an additional $10 to it. Overall, you're looking at $142, so right around MSRP for that one. If we look at box number 8, another Palkia V-Star Gold card, $69, but look at this Rainbow Rare Grant, only $8, and that's not even the cheapest Rainbow Rare. I think Choi is only about $5, so those Rainbow Rares really taking an impact, taking a hit. And then you've got some cheaper full arts. This is before set releases, and you've got Heatran V selling for $6 and Starmie V selling for $9. We were saved a little bit by this card right in the middle. That's kind of difficult to see here, and that's the Palkia V, which is $15. Then we got a Bay for $15 and a Shadow Rider Calyrex V for $13. Overall, $165. So this is our best box so far. We do have better ones in this, but you are going to add a little bit of profit once you factor in shipping and fees and things like that. So not a bad box. If we look at box number 9, we got the Choice Belt for $31, the Alternate Art Beedrill, which is already only $24. This is a couple days before release, and you have an Alternate Art selling for only $24. Very cheap. And then you've got the Rainbow Rare Dialga V-Star for $27, and the Darkrai V-Star, which is doing really well, selling for $33. We'll see if it can keep up those legs. $10 for the Darkrai V. Overall, you're looking at $149. Number 10, box number 10. Not a whole lot in this one. The Palkia V-Star definitely helps things with that $38 price tag attached to it, but if you look outside of that, no double digits except for the Typhlosion V and the Ice Rider Calyrex V. Overall, only $103. So a very, very kind of mediocre box. Box number 11, we've got the Jubilife Village, only selling for $17. Not a whole lot when it comes to that one. And then you've got Choi, $5 full art trainer, Machamp VMAX for $7, and the Dialga V-Star for $17. Then we've got another regular art Palkia V, again, really helps save the box a little bit, along with the Greninja for $7. You're looking at $98 for the box, or below $100, less than the market value, but a little bit above what a wholesale cost would be. Still probably losing money when it comes to shipping and fees and things like that. Then we look at box number 12. You've got the Palkia V-Star for $38. Definitely helps. We've got the Choi, the Rainbow Rare Choi, like I said, only selling for $5. Single digits for everything else. So even with that $38 V-Star card, you're only looking at $90 for the box, so relatively cheap. Box number 13, this was not a winner at all. We've got the Darkrai V-Star for $33, and then a Full Art Grant for $8, and a Shadow Rider Calyrex V for $9. $66. So you're losing money regardless of how you look at it. There's no way you're getting a box below $66. Ridiculously cheap. Box number 14, we've got the Machamp VMAX, another Beedrill V alternate art, but still only $24 on that one. $15 for the Palkia V, saved a little bit by that. Again, regular art Vs really can't help make up a lot of difference there, but overall only looking at $111 for the box, so not too great when it comes to value on that box. If we go to box number 15, Heatran VMAX for $11, Lilligant V-Star for $17. We've got a Typhlosion V for $12. That's a full art, and then we've got a regular art Darkrai for $10, along with the Lilligant V for $8. Overall, you're looking at a $98 box, and that's with the additional $11 from Zamazenta V of the Trainer Gallery. A lot of these Trainer Gallery cards already super cheap, and they're just going to go down because of the pull rates being so attractive for a lot of those cards. Box number 16, you're looking at $118 total. That's mainly made up by the Arita right here, the full art chase card of the set. When it comes to the trainers, $55 for that one. Then we've got a Rainbow Rare Adaman for $11 and a Choi for $5. So lots of textured cards up here, 5 of them, but overall you're only looking at $118. You did get $10 of help from Darkrai V. Other than that, you're losing money on this box if you bought it at market, because you're only selling it for about $118 when it comes to value. Box number 17, we've got a Path to the Peak, which is a really cool looking card, but only selling for about $30 right now. Then we've got Gardenia's Vigor, which is selling for $22, much cheaper than its full art counterpart. The Rainbow Rare is selling for significantly less. Again, kind of goes to show you that people might be done with these Rainbow Rares. Then we've got an Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX for $14. Overall, you're looking at about $115, just above the market value for the box. Not too much there. Box number 18, $138, a little bit better. We've got the Roxanne for $33 and the Palkia V-Star for $38. And then you've got another Palkia V right here, just the regular one. I wrote V-Star because it just auto-filled. $15 there, and then the Galarian Articuno V for $18, totaling $138. So that's not too bad of a box, right around MSRP for that one. Number 19, the Palkia V came in to save the day. We got the alternate art there for $75. We also pulled a gold Jubilife Village that added $17. Not too much because it's already selling for less than the Samurott V-Star, which is selling for $21, and then we've got a Darkrai V regular art to add to it for $10, totaling $156. Not too shabby. Box number 20, $102 for this one, so we're losing money on this one. Made up mainly from the Starmie V, $35 for that Trainer Gallery card. That is definitely a chase for a lot of people. A lot of people very interested in that card, which is why it's got that $35 price tag associated with it. Then we've got a Bay for $15. The most expensive cards, the 2 top ones in this box, were both from Trainer Gallery, because the most expensive card from the actual box, not in Trainer Gallery, was this Jirachi V for only $10. So you're looking at $102 total for box number 20. If we look at box number 21, you've got the Heatran VMAX Rainbow Rare for $11, the Lilligant V-Star for $17, and the Typhlosion for $12. Other than that, bunch of single digits, bunch of bulk. Darkrai V selling for $10. That helps out a little bit, but again, As more of these regular arts get pulled, those prices are going to crash to the floor. $91 for box number 21. Box number 22, we've got the introduction of the trekking shoes for $23, along with the $33 Darkrai V-Star. We'll see how the legs are for that. Zacian V Trainer Gallery card for $15, totaling $114 altogether. Not too bad, right around market value, but still not the best pulls for the box. Box number 23, we've got a Darkrai V-Star for $33, and the rest of it is all just bulk. You know, not a whole lot when it comes to pulls for this one. Overall, you're looking at $66. If you don't hit that Rainbow Rare, if you don't hit that Palkia, you're in a lot of trouble with this set. $66 total for box number 23. If we look at box 24, another alternate art Beedrill, so that's $24 right there. Then you've got the Grant for $8. That's the Rainbow Rare right there, selling for single digits. The Dialga V-Star, which is selling for $17, and the Lilligant V, that's the full art variant, for $13, plus a Palkia V and a Darkrai V, which help out, and then the Starmie V full art. So these three cards right here, big additions, the Palkia, Darkrai, and Starmie. The Palkia and Darkrai having a little bit easier pull rates. If they can stay at that price, it'll make it a little bit easier when it comes to opening booster boxes. If those drop in price down to $2, $3, $4, somewhere around that bulk pricing, it's going to be very difficult for people to justify opening up boxes. $151 for that box. We're looking at $83 for this one, so definitely a loss. Machamp VMAX for $7. Then you've got the Silene Rainbow Rare again, $8 only for that one. Adamant for $12, and Palkia V for $15. And you've got a Trainer Gallery Bay for $15. Overall, $83. Not winning much with that box there. Box number 26, we're on our last 10. We've got the Palkia V for $75. So there's your alternate art, making up just about all of the box right there. Then you've got an additional regular art for $15, and a Galarian Articuno V from the Trainer Gallery, adding $18. So you're looking at $156 total. Not too bad. If we look at box number 27, we've got a Silene for $10, Samurott V-Star for $21. You've got the Golden Double Turbo Energy for $35. This was a pretty good box. And then Jirachi V for $10, a regular art Darkrai for $10. Imagine adding in a Palkia or adding in a Samurott. This would make it a much, much better box. But also the Articuno V and the Starmie V for $18 and $35 respectively. Not too shabby right there. If we look at box number 28, we've got the Gold Choice Belt and Choi, plus another alternate art Palkia. So that definitely helps out a lot. That's $75. And then we've got the Garchomp V way at the bottom here from Trainer Gallery, adding up to $184. Definitely a very, very good box. I don't think this is our best one yet, but it's very close, or our best one, but I think it's very close. Then we've got box number 29 with Gardenia's Vigor, $22 for that. Then we've got 17, 12, 15 for the Palkia V. Overall, you're looking at $114. Not a bad box by any means, but still losing a little bit of money if you bought the box at market, or even if you bought it at wholesale. Once you factor in shipping fees, things like that, it's going to be cutting it pretty close. Then this one's not too bad. This one was a little bit better than that last one that we looked at. Decidueye V-Star, the Rainbow Rare, still relatively cheap, only $13. But the Dialga V-Star gold card there for $35, and the regular Palkia V-Star for $38 definitely helps things when you combine that with a Palkia V-Star regular art for $15 and the Starmie V from Trainer Gallery for $35, plus all these bulk Vs. This was a busted box when it comes to quantity of hits. $185 total, which isn't too bad. Box number 31, not a very good box. Lilligant V for $13, that's the full art. Palkia V for $15, that helped out a lot. Kind of saved us on this one. $11 for the Zamazenta V. Overall, you're looking at $86 for box 31. Box 32, not a whole lot to brag about in this one either, except for that regular art Palkia V, which adds $15. Zapdos V adds $20, and the Darkrai V adds $10. But otherwise, all your textured cards relatively cheap, just selling for single digits. You're looking at $97 for that one there. Box number 33, the Arita came to save the day, $55 for that one. Then we've got a Lilligant V-Star for $17 and an Articuno V for $18, totaling $114. We've had a lot of them that total $114. Box number 34, Silene for $11, Darkrai V for $10, Melanie for $10. That's kind of your best cards there. A lot of bulk, otherwise you're looking at $76 for box number 34. Box number 35, we've got the Hisuian Samurott for $21 and the Garchomp V for $12, the Darkrai V for $10. Overall, you're only looking at $82. Lots of bulk in this one. I think this one was our best one. Box number 36, $216. We've got the alternate art Dialga for $110 and the alternate art Machamp for $60 in the same box. If we would have pulled something really good here with the regular arts, it would have been absolutely nuts, but you're still looking at $216 for the box. Can't be too unhappy with that at all. That's super good. If we look overall, your total value by opening up 36 boxes. If we added everything together when it came to the ultra rares, it's $4,326 that we received in value. Now that's going to go down a lot. Like I said, now that the set is released, a lot more coming out, a lot of product being opened, a lot more supply hitting the market. That cost is going to go down. That value is going to go down. So $4,326 a day or two before release. Your total cost buying each box at market value of $110 is $39.60. Your total cost at wholesale, if you bought boxes at $82.50, is $29.70. So your profit at market is going to be $366. Again, that's going to be a loss once you factor in shipping and fees for all those individual orders that you would most likely do. Your profit at wholesale, a little bit better. You'd probably break even or do a little bit better on that. $1,356. Your average box is $120 when it comes to value of pulls. Now that's offset a little bit because we did have a couple of boxes that were $185. We had a couple boxes, or we had a box that was over $200. But it'll be interesting to see how that changes. Like I said, we'll review these numbers again in a couple of weeks, update the pricing to see how things have fallen, so we can get a better understanding of if you order a bunch of boxes and it gets there at release or a little bit after, what are you looking at if you open up everything and try and sell it as fast as you possibly can. It'll be interesting to see with this set because there are going to be some legs for some of these cards because of how competitive they are, but I think a lot of the other ones are going to go down in value. So it'll be interesting to see. If you like this kind of information, please hit that subscribe button down below. It would mean a lot to me. We are chasing 100,000 subscribers this year. I feel like I've said that multiple times lately, but thank you so much for everything. If you could leave a comment and a like, it goes a long way for the algorithm. Spread the video to other people. Help us get our goal faster so we can do a lot of fun stuff. But seriously, thank you just for being here, just for listening. It means the world to me. Until next time, guys. Peace.